Hi, my name is Nikki, and I bought another Loot Crate. Hey guys, so if you're new to the channel, you probably don't already know this, but I gave up my Loot Crate subscriptions back in the fall. I started noticing some disturbing trends with the direction that the company was going. They were giving me total nerd block vibes. They were recycling items, giving us repeats that they featured in other boxes, giving us items that were exclusive, that weren't really exclusive. They raised the price and they had Foster. And they had constant shipping delays. So I just couldn't justify or support the company anymore, so I cut off all of my subscriptions. These boxes just weren't worth my time or my money. And here we are with the March Loot Crate. Not just any Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX, the $50 Loot Crate. If you guys are interested in checking out the DX box, I will leave links and pricing information in the description below for you. Now here's the thing. You guys can tell I love Batman the Animated Series, and apparently that is one of the franchises featured in this box alongside Pac-Man, Back to the Future, and Ready Player One. So really Batman is the reason I purchased this box. Hi, my name is Nikki and I'm a Batman addict. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get this open and see what's inside. When you cut the tape and you open up the box, this is what you're gonna see. Utter disappointment. All right, the first item we have is something Pac-Man. Oh, very interesting. So we actually have a gigantic Pac-Man fleece blanket. Stand up, this is huge. So here you guys can kind of see some of the picture. So that's really interesting. I actually fell in my basement. It gets quite cold down here. So, hello, you found a new home, blanket. Now, I really enjoy useful items, and that is definitely what this is. So I will definitely be getting use out of this. I do like the design. I think it's really fun, but I do have to mention that the quality isn't quite there. So while it will get use, I would say I think I can find something for around $25 at Target that would be a little bit better than this. So I would probably price this anywhere in the $15 to $20 range. So it is quite large, and it looks like it's licensed. This says it is a Loot Crate exclusive, so you can only find this design here. So that does raise up the value. So probably about like $20 I would pay for this, I'd say. But again, it's not the most high quality fleece blanket I've seen, but not bad either. Okay, our next item is something else Pac-Man. Let's see, we're gonna do the t-shirt. And we have a very interesting Pac-Man t-shirt. This actually looks quite similar to one, I believe I got it in a Geek Fuel before. I really do like Loot Crate's wearables. I think that they're fairly decent quality. The shirts are always really, really soft. And again, it is licensed Pac-Man, so that's pretty cool, and a Loot Crate exclusive. And a nice little detail on the back here, we have the cherries. So not bad, I like the shirt. Okay, the next item, ooh, okay. Let's see what this is, but this looks like a flux capacitor to me. Ooh, and we have some DeLoreans on the back. A nice little handle. What is this? Is this like an insulated lunch bag? Because we got one of those in the last DX box I got. Ooh, it's a Transformer. Are we an Autobot or a Decepticon? Now this is a cool item, you guys. So we have what looks to be like a nice little travel satchel here. We have the DeLorean print all over it, and then the flux capacitor on the front. And it's one of those like bagoo sort of bags where you fold the bag inside a bag, and it makes it really compact and travel friendly. So I think that's awesome. We have some nylon straps here, and that's the back. And then of course our zipper with just a plain gray interior. This too is also licensed and a Loot Crate exclusive, so there is that. So that's really cool. This is the kind of creativity that I like to see. And it's another useful product, which I really, really appreciate. And I do like the design. It's really travel friendly. I do want to make the note though that it's kind of like with the blanket. It's very cool in design. I like the fact that it's licensed, but it's also not the thickest, so it's not the best quality. So again, it's a question of quality is kind of there, but it's not the best and it's not the worst. but I do like the design and I do love the functionality of it and the fact that you can fold it up within itself and then take it to go. Our next item is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. So the book, this is actually quite apropos because the movie comes out, I think, tonight at the time of filming. So that's pretty awesome. And I do love to get books in boxes. You guys know I get bookish boxes. So this is a really fun item to see in this box. Now, I do already have the paperback. And this is one of those books that, like, I think I gave it a solid 3 out of 5 stars. It's hella entertaining, super nostalgic, and it definitely has that going for it, but that's kind of it. And again, not saying the book was bad, it just wasn't my favorite, but it was certainly entertaining. And I do love books in boxes, so I'm really happy to see that in this box. And next up, we have our pins, Activision. Ooh. So this is pretty cool. We have a set of 3 pins here. They look like old school video game cartons. And this is for the March Playback box for our Loot Crate DX. Now this is awesome because you guys know I love pins. And I think Loot Crate excels in their pins usually. So this is really cool to see that we get 3. And we have Activision River Raid, Activision Pitfall, and Activision Kaboom. So again, like retro style video games, and we get 3 pins with the backing here. So that's really awesome. That's fun to see. Again, the pins are always some of my favorite items in boxes because I collect them. I love them. And I like that we got 3 of them, and they are super nostalgic and really high quality enamel and well designed. And the item I bought this box for are Batman the Animated Series item. Okay, so this is a duo from Batman the Animated Series, the bendable action figures of Batman and Robin. So this is a licensed DC Comics Warner Brothers set, but this is not a Loot Crate exclusive. I've actually been looking at these because I have a couple of the other bendable action figures from the animated series line, and I've seen this on Amazon. These guys go for about $20-ish, so you can purchase this elsewhere, but this is the main reason I bought the box. I'm super happy to see that. I can't wait to display it, and I do love the packaging. Mine's a little bent up, but super excited to get this in this box. This is probably my favorite item in the box. So that was everything in our March Playback Loot Crate DX. Let's do a quick recap and talk about the box. So the first item we have is our exclusive PAC-MAN licensed t-shirt, which I really like. I love the design, and again, Loot Crate's quality is pretty good for their wearables. So I do dig this, the retro cool design. And then next up, we have our exclusive licensed PAC-MAN throw blanket. Since it's so big, I'm just gonna put a photo right here so you guys can see what the full design looks like. It's quite a large blanket and it's fleece, so I do like that. Again, I love that they're putting useful items in these boxes, but I do think the quality isn't, again, the best. It's not the worst, it's not the best. It's a cool design. I'm not a huge fan of PAC-MAN, so like, it's not something I would go out and buy on my own, but it's not bad either. And then one of the coolest items we got in this box is the exclusive Loot Crate Back to the Future duffel. I do like this. The design is really cool, and I love the functionality of it and how it folds up into a smaller bag, so it makes it really easy for travel. Again, like with the blanket, the quality's not the best, it's not the worst, but I do appreciate the creativity and I love the functionality of it. So that is a really interesting, really fun item to see in this box. And then we have our triplicate licensed pins. These are licensed by Activision, and I love the fact that we get a whole set in this box. If you're gonna pay more money for a box, you should get bigger, better items. And that's what this box is supposed to be about. So I love to see 3 high quality pins that are licensed from Activision, throwing back to some of their old school console games, which is really, really cool. So this is one of my favorite items in the box, and the pins usually are. And then we have our 2-pack, the DC Comics licensed Batman the Animated Series, bendable figures of Batman and Robin. By far my favorite items in the box. Again, it's kind of the only reason I purchased this box. So Loot Crate, they suckered me in. They knew They knew. So I love these. These are not Loot Crate exclusive, and you can purchase these on Amazon for about $20. So while I do love it, I do feel a little cheated because I could have just purchased these on my own without all of the other stuff. And then we have what Loot Crate is calling a bonus item, and that is the paperback of Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. If you guys are into sci-fi and some super 80s nostalgia, this is a cool book. It's kind of a bummer because I already have this book in my collection. I've already read it, but I do love books in boxes, and I like that they're featuring a bonus item. Although I do have a feeling, I feel like Loot Crate may have potentially featured this in a box before, which, you know, I'm not a fan of recycling items, especially if you're a longtime subscriber. So, my thoughts in, was this box worth $50? Well, yes, I think it was worth more than the $50 that we paid and then some, which is awesome because I wasn't seeing that out of Loot Crate for a while. So I am happy about that. I do love that all of the items, for the most part, are licensed items. In fact, I think they all are licensed items, so I do appreciate that as well. You do get a bigger mix of useful items versus the collectible stuff. I think you get more of the collectibles in the regular Loot Crate box. So if you aren't a fan of useful products like blankets and duffel bags, then this might not be the box for you. As for Loot Crate itself, I've followed them since I gave up my Loot Crate subscription, and I can't say that I'm still comfortable becoming a long-time subscriber. I haven't seen enough consistency out of them to feel comfortable putting my money back in and getting this box consistently. And especially where the DX box is concerned, it's a very hit or miss from month to month. Do I think you got your value in the items in this month's box? Absolutely. But in terms of personal value, to me, the items that I like best were obviously this, but again, it's something I can purchase outside of Loot Crate. This isn't a Loot Crate exclusive in any way. So this is the real reason I bought the box, and again, I feel a little cheated because I could have just purchased it elsewhere. And then the other two items that I really enjoyed are this. Even though the book was just kind of like decent for me, I already have it. But again, that's kind of a crapshoot. It's not Loot Crate's fault. But I do like the book. I like that they featured a book in the box. But again, it's also one of those items I think they've recycled from a previous box. And the pin, which is really the only exclusive item in the box that I feel like I'm really happy having in my collection. So for me, was this box worth $50? No, I don't think it was. I like the other items. They're just not franchises I'm a super huge fan of. It definitely met the Playback theme of nostalgia, which was really cool. So in terms of value, it definitely hit it and then some. In terms of creativity, I definitely saw glimmers of it. But again, I felt a little cheated because items like this, I can just buy on my own. So where Loot Crate is concerned, I'm definitely not going to be a returning subscriber, at least not anytime soon. I still want to see more consistency, but I do love the creativity of some of the stuff in this box, so that does give me a glimmer of hope. And that's where I stand right now. But I want to know what you guys think. What did you think of the items in this box? Would this have been a $50 box that was worth it for you personally? And how do you feel about Loot Crate? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, if you guys like Loot Crate or you like this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye!